feel like it's more difficult for a dark-skinned black woman. And I say dark skin because you have black women who are not dark skinned. So I just feel like it's more difficult. Even the guys with music videos, they'll put a lighter skinned girl or choose a Eurocentric looking girl to put in their videos over a darker skinned girl. So I feel like, you know, I'm very open when it comes on to colorism. I think it's very obvious that we still have colorism.
How do we navigate through that?
I think when our black men start treating our dark-skinned black woman like the prize that they are, that can change as well. But you notice our black men, they like to date a different...
I'll let you finish drinking.
You come for me today, I'm here come out. I'm here come out.
Because...
I'm here come out.
Because, let me tell you something. Last time I had this conversation...
What?
With a black woman, talking about black men choosing black women, that black woman wasn't even with a black man.
But see, it goes both ways. There's a reason why maybe she's not with the black man because of how the black man treats us.
Oh my goodness.
Attitude.
But
you see, if you're gonna go there with me, you have to take a deep breath and think about it, because you know me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I'm gonna bring it all the way.
But did you not give more grace to the woman more so than to the man? Because the man could say, maybe his experience with black women has not been the same with dating a separate colored woman.
Well, a man would have to tell me, it's straight up, okay, we feel like this. So, do you want to elaborate a little bit more so I can see exactly where you're coming from?
No, I asked you, or I made the statement, the last time I had this conversation with a black woman challenging black men to choose black women, that black woman was not with a black man. Right. And you said maybe...
Because the black men treat us differently.
Correct. Well, the black man could say the same thing with his experience with said black woman. And I'm not speaking, I'm speaking from what I've experienced from others. You see what I'm saying?
Have you ever dated a black woman?
I'm with a black woman.
Okay. And is your experience, well, obviously, if you're with a black woman, that's not your experience. No, so that means that it is possible to date black women.
Oh, for sure. But I'm saying, I'm speaking for my peer group. I'm speaking to the people who I come in contact with, and they've chosen
the
other races. And when you have those
Well, for me, speaking for my peers, I personally feel like they choose other races because a lot of times our black men will treat the other races better than they would treat us. And they would act like, oh, they're the prize because of their complexion or their color of the skin or their look, their Eurocentric look. So even in Jamaica, it was a thing where they call it browning. If you get a brown girl, it's like, oh, guess what? I get a browning. But if you get a dark girl, a dark-skinned girl, it's like, I have a girlfriend. So it's been a thing where, I don't know, you know, men just feel like they have a bigger prize with a lighter skinned woman. And it doesn't matter what the race is. That's just my experience. I don't know. That's just my experience when it comes on to my friends group. That's what I think.
And we can talk about this all day.
Yeah, because people are going to have mixed reviews, mixed reactions, and everybody's going to be entitled to their opinion. But I've just seen it, even with artists and music videos, they want the lighter-skinned girl to the front, or, you know.
I just have acknowledged that when a black man chooses another race, he's a sellout. If a black woman chooses another race, you go, girl.
I've seen they call women sellout too.
You do what's best for you. And it's almost as if you assume that a black man did it. When you look at individuals who have enormous platforms, whether athletes, whether entertainers, whether artists, and you uncover, hey, she's not with a black man, she's more likely to get more grace than an athlete, than an entertainer, or a musical artist that has chose a black man who's an artist, athlete, or entertainer, and he has chose somebody outside of his race. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's not comparable.
They said a woman is a sellout as well when she dates another race. So I don't know. It is a big topic.
Yeah.
Let's talk. So I seen this. I don't know who she is. She must be a Jamaican artist or something. And you know, well, amongst the diaspora, because you got a lot of dudes that say they go to different places to find black women. The more and more we see with the internet amongst the women from the continent or from Jamaica, the second highest melanated place in America outside of the continent of Africa, Brazil. It just seems like most of them, it's a monolith. It seems like it's all one train of thought. And she talks about colorless, and she blames black men for black women's insecurity about their skin color. Yo, what are you doing? And she must not have no power steering. So, it's black men's fault because dark skin, and then their number one thing is to look at it from an entertainment standpoint. See how women look at it. I'm gonna give you two things about how women look at stuff. Regarding this point, they look at it as through the lens of the guys that they want or they see high value. Even if these guys are not high value financially, morally, integrity wise, however they want to define it, because they defined it how they want to define it. Because remember that brother jumped on there and said he a high value man because of the money and not having kids, and he was this tall, and then the women was like, yeah, you're really not high value. That doesn't make you high value. Okay, all of a sudden now they move the barometer talking about his character and all this bull job, right? And then another way they look at it, they feel like they can do men dirty or they can do men wrong, or men, especially black men, are supposed to take the mistreatment that they have from black women and not reciprocate it. That's the thing about it. And then when you say, when you bring up, well, he did her wrong, so he just acted accordingly, you're a misogynist or you hate women. That's no point. There's no reason to argue with women about stuff like that. You know, it's no reason. But they are the colorists, really. They colorists. They care about having a light-skinned baby. They're infatuated with skin color and hair. It ain't got nothing to do with no men as a large group. You know, and the men that date dark-skinned women, they don't see them. Oh, and then when you date dark-skinned women, they have insecurity. Or you really want a light-skinned girl with a big... No, that's your insecurity. You feel like the light-skinned women or Becky is the top of the food chain. Not every black man thinks like that. You have black men that prefer light-skinned women. You have black men that prefer dark-skinned women. You got black men that prefer brown-skinned women. You have black men that look at the character of a woman and care more about the character of her morality than he care about the outside. Or just as equal. We all don't think alike. You know, y'all the ones that was, down in dark-skinned men back in the day, and all of a sudden, oh, I like a dark-skinned man is in. And, this argument goes across the diaspora. I mean, outside of the diaspora, it goes into other ethnic groups. I've seen, the Asian community have colorism issues. The Mexican community has colorism issues. The Indian community has colorism issues. But one of the most sought after genetics is melanin in your skin. Melanin. They try to get you to devalue the melanin in your skin. And once you kind of talk about it a little bit more off point, when you look at the melanin in people's skin, bro, it ages so gracefully. A lot of people that are light-skinned or fair-skinned, they age like bananas. Nobody really talks about how elegantly dark-skinned people age. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about that. You know, but their whole thing is to blame a man, blame a man. Oh, black men do. They don't never blame white men. White men do the same thing. They sexualize them. They use them. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell them, oh, I don't like this. They don't have an issue. It's, oh, black men make. I mean, at the end of the day, dog, if black men leave y'all alone, you know, if black men mess with a dark-skinned women, a light-skinned women, brown, it's always an issue what we got to do. And when you tend to have issues with what somebody's doing, you pick at them. Just say y'all worship black men. Y'all want black men. We need black men. We love you, black men. Just go ahead and say it. Don't wait till you washed up and that pussy beat up like a prune. Go ahead and say it. That's all it boils down to. Because all y'all care about what we do. Even when y'all get y'all white men, it's about us. Oh, the way black men look at us when we with a white, we don't care. We literally don't care. We literally don't care. You know, and you know the thing about it is our head is constantly on the swivel. Our life is on the line. We got to be 10 times better when we go into the workplace. You know what I'm saying? Not this fucking turkey just blocked me. I don't know what the hell this is. This motherfucker just straight up blocked me. I don't know what it is. He chilling though. You know? We got too much other stuff to be really worried about you. And that's why there's an illusion that women cheat better than men. Women don't, and I've said this, women don't cheat better than men. Men, especially brothers, we have to keep our head on the swivel. We got to be perfect at the job. We got to be perfect on the road. We got to perfect in everyday life because we got a target on our back. We have a significant target on our back. We can't do nothing. We get pulled over. We nervous. We got to keep our wallets on our dash. We got to keep the hand on the wheel. You know what I mean? So I really don't think women really understand the immense amounts of pressure that we have on us. We can't really pay attention to what y'all doing. And then, you know, like Karen brought up, then the last woman, I don't know who it was, that brought up colorism, they had a white man. They don't see that as, they see being with a white man as a flex. No, and let me say this, my boy Mike, I hope you hear this. He like, yeah, you know, when black men date white women, they date ugly. When black women date a white man to marry, no, it's not, man, bro. Y'all going off the internet. You know how many black women I see with bottom of the barrel Brad? A lot of them. We not talking about on internet shit every day. These dudes are not with the top of the top Brads, bro. I'm telling you, I see more black women with bottom basement Brad. You want to know how I know? Because I see them staring and looking and no respect for them motherfuckers, bro. And you know, I see a bunch of brothers with good-looking white women. I see a bunch of brothers out here with good-looking white Indian women. You see some with some part women. It's what do I care what you like? You know, but yeah, she like, yeah, you know, black men, they do this and black men do this and they don't. If they made us feel, it ain't got make yourself feel more secure as a black woman. It's not our job to make you feel more secure. It's not our job to make you comfortable with your skin color. That's your parents' job. That's your parents' job. We get teased. We get teased for being. We get targeted the minute we go. We come out the womb. We get targeted. In school, we get targeted. That's the crazy shit about it. We get targeted off the rip. We get targeted off the rip. You know, and nobody talks about how we get targeted as black men. As child. These teachers targeted us. These women target us. These men target us. So we don't use that as an excuse. We find a solution. Women always, instead of being a better woman and holding the women accountable that say black men ain't shit, black men ain't this, black men, I can't stand the black men, we hate black men. Why don't y'all holler at them? That's what I don't understand. Why y'all holler at them? But yeah, I mean, it's always, oh, it's black man fault, black man fault, black man fault, black man fault, black man fault. Ain't nobody fault for the way you feel. You don't hear black men blaming black women for the stuff that they go through. And then once brothers start kind of talking about the stuff they go through and It's all they're complaining, or why do men have microphones? Men are just, shut up. They're complaining. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we don't really complain, because we find solutions. We don't use the trauma as an excuse. We find solutions. That's what it is. We find solutions. So if you feel inadequate as a dark-skinned woman, and then y'all going to sleep with white guys for validation, go do it. But y'all sleep with it to get the light-skinned baby. You don't hear men talking, I want a light-skinned baby with long hair. You don't hear men talking like that. Most men want a healthy baby, 10 toes, 10 fingers, healthy, and they're happy. They love their child. A lot of these women in these black families that need to be talked about, a lot of their hatred for their skin color come from the women in the family. Dark-skinned women hating on the light-skinned women. Let's be real. That would be women are the evil colorists. Men don't get together and talk about color. You might prefer a light-skinned girl with a big, that's your preference. Just as women prefer a 6 foot tall guy with this much money, his eyes look like this, that, and the third. Like, our preferences should make a woman uneasy. We don't care what your preference. If you want a guy that's tall, because we know y'all lying. Oh, a guy gotta be 6'2", and the dude that's knocking your fucking walnuts loose is 5'9" on a good day with some thick ass New Balances on. So y'all can miss us. Y'all can miss us with that bullshit. But always blaming us for y'all problems in the last 50 to 100 years, where have that gotten black women to blame men for? Nowhere. And that's why the majority of this generation of black men have moved on with other ethnic groups of women. That's why when you get on the internet and say, I hate black men, and black men is the fault for this, and black men fault. Okay, who want to deal with a group of women that's on the internet? And when you go out there in real life, they grimming you, they giving you RBF. They want to deal with that. Like Carlos Miller said, it's becoming to be like y'all our biggest ops. Nobody's done more damage to the black man's reputation outside of the white media than black women. And this is before the internet was a thing. Truth be told, this was before the internet was a thing. Oprah, all this, black men are mean and evil and this, that, and the third. And this is the only group of men that are trained to put their woman first. No other group of men on this planet are trained to pedestalize their woman. And I talked about this the other day. No other groups of men are told to be stepfathers. Y'all have control over a community of men that y'all have raised and birthed without the men primarily in the home. This is y'all creation. The millennials, the Gen X, the Gen Zers. These are your creations of men and young men, and you still complaining. Y'all raised them on y'all own. Y'all was able to mold them for the next generation of women, and y'all still complaining. Oh, bring back men. Bring back the men that was raised by their father and raised by their mother and had male influence. Bring back those men, the very same men that y'all went out to seek to destroy. Come on, man. Y'all colorist issues lie within yourself. Guess what? If a woman says, I don't like brown skinned men, that's bald or who got hair like yours, why would I sit here and complain and try to convince this woman to say, I don't care. Okay, it's so many other options. If I can't get nobody else, then I pay for a bitch then, if it boils down to it. I don't believe in that, but if it got that greasy, so be it. But hey, it is what it is, or it is what it ain't. Hit the link in the description. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. No, hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Peace.